Hello everyone, good morning. Sessions. We are into 92 and 93 sessions we have to cover today. That is yesterday's pending topic, that performance factors. There are two things are pending: log data changes and indexes. These two we have to finish. And remaining any kind of miscellaneous topics, we'll try to close it, the entire dictionary part by today. Yes. So, quick recap as usual. Started with the introduction, then after architecture, log and log out procedure, screen advanced and basic and advanced navigation. Next SC11, ABAP dictionary, introduction, tables, data element domains, dependencies, various list and all. Next, structures in detail discussion. Then next, check table, foreign key, value table, currency, quantity fields. After that, we discussed views like database projection view, help view, and maintenance view and help view. Help view extension, we came into like elementary search help and collective search help. Almost we had a in detail discussion of the search help topic. Yes, and next with examples, almost revision and all completed. So there are two types of syllabus I am going to cover. One from S help library BC 430 book, that is BC ABAP dictionary. Second is the certification material. Okay, this both we have to complete and sync, right? So yesterday's topic was like buffering concept. Okay, yes, what exactly the buffers and all. If you look at this standard SAP point of view, performance during table access, there are two slides are given. Performance can be introduced by indexes and as well as buffering. So if you look at, we will revise this. Let us start with index. The same sequence will continue now. Okay. So what is the meaning of in the buff, after buffer immediately there is a one concept called as log data change. So what is the concept of logging? Okay. So buffering, buffer and okay. Log slide is missing here. Okay, fine. We will go to right for 2 minutes. SC11, open any table, okay, particularly master data related tables, master data, transaction data related tables, okay. Yes, this is the table, VBAK sales order header data. My requirement, if you go to the technical settings, under that we have under general properties, there is a after buffering options, we have log data change. So this checkbox we can enable it as per the requirement. Yes. It is by default it is. So this topic is called as simply logging also. What is the purpose of logging and all? We will talk. So logging is logging of any built-in table, SAP defined table, database table, okay, is useful to find out the changes done by the users. Okay. This is the logging concept. You can log means kind of the simple English meaning is record it. Recording. Okay. Example is logging. This option is available under technical settings. Under technical settings of database. Okay, because you cannot log the database views and all. Only tables only can be logged. Yes. This checkbox can be activated. Yes. Checkbox means flag can be set. Flag can be set. Checkbox can be activated as per our requirement. Okay. So by default, yes, by default, all tables, all database tables, log option, log checkbox is uh, is not set. That is, the flag is not set. That is, it is not activated. Only based on our requirement only we will do that. So, particularly, what is the use? What is the purpose of this? Suppose we are working in a project. Okay, in the project there are project obviously done by several users, isn't it? It's not by single user, correct? So there are many users involved into this, many users and many consultants basically. You okay? So one user, like whether implementation duration or post implementation also, if one user performs some changes on particular table, yes. So what kind of changes user done, user performed, that you want to record it. You want to record it. Yes, you can record it. Yes. What you have to do is after activation of this, okay, after activation of this checkbox, system starts, okay, system starts recording of all activities performed by users, performed by users. So here again at a user profile, yes, this is two types of steps we have to do it. That is, at a basis level, we want to log all clients, all clients, all users, all clients related all users, or sorry, current client related all users. Okay, current client related all users to be logged. It must be set. Okay, this is, it is a basis setting. Basis level setting is there at the basis level, at profile parameter level, at profile parameter. Okay, one profile parameter level, you have to decide. You want to log any client through any user login. You can this particular VBAK. Let us take. If you go to that VBAK and activate this, go to change mode, you will get a flag that accept that flag and continue. Go for the log data changes activated. After activation, what happened? All the users changes will get recorded. Okay, recorded. So there is a two-step procedure. First, you want to record all clients, all users, or only current client users. That is depend on the profile parameter. Some RG10, RG11, RZ11. There we will do that. That is basis setting. Then once you have done that profile parameter level, then what happens? System generates, system records and generates a log file. for the changes related. Yes. Okay, user wise, client wise, user wise, the changes, okay, it will automatically. Yes. This is okay. It is just like a you want to track who has done what type of changes on this particular table you want to record it. This is useful like that. So you can go to SC SCU3 also, like SCU3. Let me log in. This is for table history to view the table history. Okay, yes, that is called as, just double click. So SC11, open the table in display mode. In display mode itself, for built-in tables also, you can go back. This direct T code for technical settings is C13. You can do that. So if you look at like change mode, yes, we can change the technical settings of built-in tables I said. For this, access key not required, SAP permission not required, SAP already permitted. If you want to do the changes as per your requirement, you can change the data class, size category, buffer option, these options. So only when you do this type of change, you will system prompt with a one flag stating that make repairs in foreign namespace only if they are urgent. What is foreign namespace means there are two types, SAP namespace and foreign names. Foreign is customer namespace. So obviously we have to save all these things under YRG. That's what the explanation. Continue with the flag. Now you can do this buffer setting. Similarly, can go to this log, press F1 because best practice is place the cursor on log data changes. You can press F1 here. You can see this logging flag defines whether changes to be recorded should be logged or not. Advantage, see, if you set this indicator or checkbox for logging, every change means update or delete on the existing data record by user of an application is recorded in a log table. So it will be recorded in the log table, right? So now note, if you have activated the log, this is slow down the access of the changes to respective table. The reasons that is logging is not recommended. Yes, because it may cause performance issue because it may slow down the system. The system must write each record of the log table for each change. User wise, the update and deletion, everything should be written to the. It is a you are giving additional load, additional task to the system. That's why this is logging may slow down the system. Many users access this log table in parallelly also. Yes. This could cause lock situation even the users are working with different application tables. These two are the technical reasons. So as I said, if you want to learn accurate SAP explanation and moreover the SAP terminology accurate, excellent each place through, you can press F1 and you can prepare your self notes also. Yes, this is the way. Logging, okay, only takes place. Yes, this is what I said. At system profile parameter level, record REC/client. That is which client users you want to record it. If you say all clients, default all client, all users or else current client means only current client users. This is the first setting. Dependencies means a kind of uh, prerequisite. Setting this flag on its own does not cause the table to be locked. Yes. Oh, that means only at basis level, if you said this step is not there, you have to do two steps. At a basis level, profile parameter level, you have to do that. Then come back and activate this checkbox. At a basis level, at ABAP level, right? The existing logs can be displayed using table history. SC transaction code to view the table history is SCU3 T code. So if you want, you can go to SCU3 table. This is table logging is currently active in your system if you want to analyze the logs anyway. Yes. So list of logged tables. Okay. So this is a T code. T code. Okay. SCU3 to view the logged table history. Logged table history. Okay. Right. So now, yes, can go to here. It takes and you can view the list. You can evaluate the logs. Okay. Analysis of changed, customizing objects and customizing tables. Okay. This is one of the important topic with respect to project. That too, this is in the production environment. If you want to watch, monitor the users, then only we will go for this logging things. Okay. Right. Next topic will be that's over. Then there is a one more setting called as write access only with Java. Okay, write access means you ABAP stack, Java stack is there. If you activate it, only Java through you can write it. Okay, yes, this is another setting of that. Next, this is your column storage by default. If you want, you can. This setting is also. This is after HANA onwards. DB specific properties, storage type. Storage type is column storage is by default in HANA. Okay. If you want to change it to row store, that facility is available here. Radio button. Okay, that's all I am coming back from this screen. Okay. Then go to the indexes topic. Very, very important topic. Generally, what is the purpose of index? Indexes are used to speed up the search criteria. Search criteria. Okay, we will come from the beginning. Complete understanding. This is very, very important with respect to project and interview and everything. Okay, suppose we have two types of books. One book having index and the second book doesn't have index. Suppose what is the advantage of having index is like if you have index of the table, first we want to search on particular topic, we will refer to the index first. In the index, we will try to find the topic. Then corresponding page number, we will go there. The search criteria become faster if you have index. If no index, it will take a lot of time to find out the your relevant topic. That is general strategy. Same rule applicable to the even the tables also. Yes. So index also useful to fetch the data from the database table quick and fast. Okay, so it is useful to fetch or fetch or retrieve data quick and fast. This is about your overall index strategies, right? Yes, we have to go in depth of this particular topic. So let us take this example. Okay, this is your log data changes. So many changes are there. So many, yes. You can go to double click on this. You can, these are all the, okay, log changes, tables to be logged. Okay, all these tables are, yes, logged. Then if you want to evaluate logs, you can check this log and check it out. Evaluate log means you can go to the particular table, particular date and time, and check it out. Any types of logs are available. The result you can display in ALV grid and all. Okay, this is for a logging display. Okay, these are all about your status. Okay. After recording, you can come back and check it out here. That's about now come back to the indexes. Like as I said yesterday, this is whatever I'm trying is the ECC EHP7 enhancement pack 7. In ECC server, we have the table level, we have indexes. Indexes are there at the top. Okay. Whereas if you go to the HANA server, in HANA server, indexes are placed at the tab at table level. Okay. At the yes, table level only there is a additional tab indexes are there. Okay. Right. Now we will see first of all what are the indexes can be classified as two types. That is primary index and as well as secondary index, both. So first of all, while activating database table, what happens? System creates primary index by default. That means it can be for built-in tables or custom tables. Custom tables means either G tables. In both cases, you will get this one. So because we know architecture dimension at application level, okay, application level, this is your ABAP dictionary. So what happened? This table also, yes, created in SE11 and activated at SE11, ABAP dictionary. So while activation, this table physical definition is going to create in the underlying database, isn't it? Underlying database, right? Suppose if you consider this is a like your table at this level, this is the table. So VBAK table, right? So this is your VBAK because this is by SAP table. That's why what happens? SAP guys, SAP developers created this way. So in the underlying database, this table exists because it is a transparent table. It occupies independent space. Okay. This is the table name as same table name as VBAK only. Okay. Well, now table name because it maintains one-on-one relationship. That is your transparent table, right? Next, here today I am giving a additional information that upon activation, now actually two things will happen. That is, index also will be created in the database. So upon activation, not only the physical table, yes, its corresponding index okay. Even G table activation also the same case. Upon creation and activation of the database table, what happens? Yes, it gets created in the physical underlying database. That is the by default happens. In addition to that, it also creates index, primary index in the database. The database. Next, primary index includes what? Primary index includes okay all key fields of the table. Okay, that is key field can be one or two or three. So all key fields through primary index gets created. So what is the in the database you will find two things. One is index. This is I am calling it as primary index. Okay. Suppose in this VBAK we have MANDT and VBAK, right? There are two key fields. The remaining non-key fields are there. That already we know that. So here, yes, this is the primary index. So primary index is always represented as 0. This is your primary index 0. That is, yes, all these things we will write it. Primary index is represented as 0 by default. Okay. Next. So all the key if we in index, what is the index versus table? Index, okay, is a collection of reduced fields. Index hold the reduced fields of original table. Okay, this is one statement. So index consists of it is a kind of subset of the index is subset of the original database table. But what is the subset? Mainly the key fields only it is having, right? Next, index, the difference between table versus index. Index is pointing, index is pointing to the original table. And next, the table versus index. Okay, index holds the data in a sorted order. Sorted order. Yes, this is about your another thing. Suppose yes, when uh, or while executing select query, select statement. Okay, select statement on key fields. What happens? The database interface uses uses primary key, primary index. Okay, yes. Because the query is on key fields, so it uses primary index. Okay, example, if the user write a select query, suppose select query on the key fields. Key fields is nothing but we have two key fields, that is nothing but MANDT and as well as the MANDT and what is that Veblen. These two key fields only, the index is available here, right? Two key fields. This is about your index. But we are not talking on how these original records are there. But this index is pointing to the original table. Index is pointing to the original table like this. Okay. So now, what is the advantage of this select query is, suppose if there is a select query like this, select start from VBAK, where Veblen equals to so and so, something like this is the query. So this query written in a web editor, that is, so while execution, the DB interface, the database interface, first it uses primary index. It uses the primary index like this. Okay. Yeah. 1 second. This is your primary index. Okay, the DB interface. DB interface uses the select query uses DB interface through primary index through it will retrieve the records. So that what happens? Yes, the difference between original table and index, I told you, the table could be in any order, but index is already arranged in a sorted order. If it is sorted order, what happens? System performs system performs binary search. While binary search, while retrieving data. Okay, system performs binary search while retrieving data. That's what the overall. So, what is the binary search versus linear search? You might aware of data structures concepts. Suppose, like there are 1,000 records are there. Okay. Yes. What happens first? These records, all 1,000 records should be sorted first. The sorted result is stored in this. So here, first the select query perform the search on this particular index first. At index level, it will find out the what is the valid record or yes. Then it in turn point into the original table so that it will quickly read the data from the original table. So if it is sorted order, like how this binary means just like a uh, binary means two types of divisions. Okay. Yes. Uh, suppose how binary search works, it is opposite to the linear search. Linear means it is a kind of sequential search 1, 2, 3, 4. But binary search doesn't do like that. It works on it divides the available records into half first. That is suppose total 1,000 entries. the first 500 and the second 500. It goes to the midpoint in that. In the middle point, yes, dividing the available records into half will speed up the binary search criteria. Suppose first 500, if the available record is there in the first 500, what happens? It simply ignore the second 500. So that in the first 500, again it will go to the divide next level, 250 and 250. It ignore 1 250, it will go to 125, 125. Then 125 again it will go to the next level, 63, 63. Like that it will go to the like 120, 62 and point 5, 62. That is around like that. So if you go to midpoint, you got it now how this binary search speed up, because by ignoring the second half, it will only go to the one half records only. It will consider either first half or second half, so that binary search is very faster and quick, because eliminating the half of the records, it will available records, it will again make it into half, again make it into half, next, so that it will fetch the required record quick and faster. That's what the binary search criteria will work. So I repeat, three things I discussed now: table and index, that to primary index. Okay, index is pointing to the original table. It is uses the sorted order, it uses binary search. This is all about your primary index discussion. If I go to the table VBAK, open display mode, you will come to know the what are the indexes. Yes, index, primary index. I'll show you first. Okay, we have to see the primary index first. So if you want to see the primary index of the table, open it, click on, okay, click on indexes tab, indexes tab. Indexes tab in the sense, it is tab, it is a button, push button at a application tool. So now if you look at, that is indices, that is plural, okay, of the table, so and so table VBAK. This is a table, kind of list. It is going to display the list. So in this list, you have the index. This is your three letters index. Three letters index. And moreover, yes, this is your extended index also. Extension indexes. And this is the information. But if you want to see the primary index first, because I have to show you primary first, because these are all secondary. First, we want to see the primary index. We have to go to the where you will find it is utilities, database object, database utility, SE14 database utility. There you will find the indexes. Yes, this is index. So under indexes, yes, this is what you have to see. The index name is 0. 0 is a unique index. We are calling it as unique index, that is primary index. This is automatically created by SAP for all the tables. For all the tables, even though if I have a one Z table here, Z table, employee table, open it, go to utilities, database object, database utility, indexes, see. This is what the original stage. List of all indexes. Indexes are like a constraints of the table, of so and so table. So index name is 0, which is unique index, which is primary index. And no moreover, there are no secondary indexes. Okay, primary index created by SAP by default on the built-in tables or our tables. This primary index inclusive of what? All the key fields of the original table, right? Till here you are clear, right? But now the question is, yes, so whenever there is a query on the key fields, what will happen? It will speed up the search criteria and all, right? But there is a question here, like, yes, suppose we will go with if the query is on key and non-key combination, suppose. Okay, yes, this is, I am going to write select star from VBAK where Veblen equals to so and so and logical and some date ERDAT equals to something equals to less than greater than some kind of that is creation date. So now this question, this query, how does it gets executed? So what happens? Obviously the index, because the data fetching from the original table is always by index only. This is what the mechanism. This is that it could be Oracle or any database it is. Okay, so it follows. That's why indexing is most important. Just like tables important, index is also most important. So now, if the query is on key fields is okay. If the query is on key with non-key combination, ERDAT is a non-key field in the VBAK table. So now what happens? The limitation of non-key field is non-key field values having blank values. Non-key field values can be duplicate values. Okay, yes, it is scatteredly available in non-key field values. Key field search is very quick. So that's why what happens if this query used by the DB interface primary index, so it can go to up to this Veblen search it can find, but again we want the date search also. So date search takes a lot of time because there are a lot of duplicate dates. Okay, so this is the question. If the query is on key and non-key field combination, then this slow down the search criteria. Okay, select query, search criteria. Then how do you speed up this particular query is because we can SAP allows us to create a secondary index. Okay, secondary index, right? So this is one set of discussion. Yes. Next, if the select query consists of key and non-key field, okay, as filter criteria. Filter means your filter criteria is nothing but where condition. This is important. It is not like you select a star from or select particular fields from. Which fields data you are fetching doesn't matter, but what is your where condition, where class is the question. So in this case, yes, what happens? System uses okay to execute this query. Okay, or while executing this query takes lot of time because there is a non-key field. Okay, reason because there is a non-key field involved here. Okay, the limitation non-key field values may be blank. Blank values are allowed or duplicate in nature. Yes, as it is. That is the page rule. So yes. then what happens? It takes lot of time. This query execution takes obviously. So as a result, therefore, okay, like resulting, what happened? One second. Data fetches, okay, data retrieval time gets delayed. That is, it is because of the fair condition. Yes. Now, the solution. So, solution for this case, because what is the solution? There are two types of solutions. First, solution one, case one. Case one is perform changes to the program. Okay, to the program means code changes. Okay, code changes are allowed. You can write the code as per to improve the performance wise. Okay. Second, case two. Case two is perform the changes. Okay, what is that? We have to, without performing changes to the code, to the source code or program. Okay, if you want to speed up, that is the original question. Yes, source code of the program. So we have to go for this. So if you go to the second case, what is that? Secondary indexes can be created. Secondary indexes, index or indexes can be created based on our requirement. Based on our requirement. So secondary index consists of what? So SAP, yes, SAP creates primary index by default. Okay, by default by SAP. So customer can create index based on the requirement. Okay, yes. SAP given permission based on requirement. Yes. Next. So how do you create it is index. Index consists of, yes, three characters. That is which can be alphanumeric. Okay, which can be alpha. So to avoid the nomenclature and all, customer customer index begins with either Y or Z. You know, Y or Z. Z01. Example. So if you want to create Z01 or Y01, you can create it. So this is the nomenclature we will create it. Yes. So what happens upon, yes, secondary index consists of what? Secondary index hmm, secondary index consists of the fields as per the as per select query filter criteria. That means because where we started with a requirement with key, one key and a non-key combination is there. So obviously secondary index also should be created with a key and non-key fields. Okay, a non-key field can be 1 or n. You can write it because both Okay, both the because SAP says that where class sequence should match with index sequence. This is most important. With index field sequence with order. Okay, yes, same sequence. So that yes, this is what. So we have to create it, and moreover, SAP creates always unique index, and we will create non-unique index. Okay, yes, creates customer creates non-unique index. Next, index can be created upon activation of index, because you are creating at ABAP dictionary level. Yes, and it will create the physical database, underlying database, right? Next, so what next? We okay, this is your right. What is the advantage is that now, yes, upon activation, what happens? This upon activation, secondary index will be created in the physical database, underlying physical database, right? Next, there is a option. There is a option to choose a specific to database or all databases. Today we are working on SQL Server or MXDB, or you have Sybase or else in database or Oracle or any kind of databases. Tomorrow you migrate to any other database. So what will happen? This will be created automatically in the all databases also. Yes, that is possible, right? This is about your overall index creation on the database, yes, at application level. So now onwards, yes, database interface uses secondary index while fetching data. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so as a result, it will quickly fetch the data like this. Okay. So if you go to, yes, this is your Veblen and ERDAT. So I am going to create one index called as Z01. That is my index. So G01 is the index name. This G01 consists of what? There are two key fields. That is Veblen and ERDAT. Two field. One is Veblen is a key field and ERDAT is a non-key field. This is the sequence. Correct? Yes. No. Again, index rules remain same. Okay. What is index rule? Index is a pointer pointing to the original table. Index is a pointer pointing to the original table. Index is a collection of reduced fields of the original table, I said. But this was primary index, this is secondary index. So, got it? If you execute this program, it uses primary index. If you use another program, it uses secondary index. Okay. So what happens? You have to go like this. The DB interface, okay, uses this query. Okay, what happened? This one while fetching data. Two ways you can understand it. So fine. So what are the next performance regions? We can create up to some 9 secondary indexes. We can create it. Okay, on the table. So one primary and other 9 indexes, secondary indexes, if I create it, and each secondary index is a key and non-key combination. Okay, different combination of the key and non-key fields. Yes. So what happened? Original table is one. This is sorted in one order. This is sorted in another order. Okay. Now what happened? This is sorted in Veblen and ERDAT wise. It is sorted, so that then only it will speed up. Okay. So final statements. Too many indexes. Okay. Too many indexes on the database table also slow down. That is slow down the system, because the what is the meaning of that slow down the system is it is a performance issue. It is a performance issue. How you have to understand this? The reason is like if the technical reason you have to know that if any changes, okay, any change happen to happened to the original table, okay, immediately immediately system needs to update update all the indexes, yes, all the indexes to be updated. That is a additional, it is a, yes, it is a hectic and tedious process, because if you create too many indexes to be sorted, where any change happen to the original table, immediately all the surrounding indexes to be updated immediately. So it is, okay, additional load for system. That's why it is not recommended. One or two is okay. One SAP and one is ours is okay. Too many things slow down the system. This is your overall technical topic, but we will see practically. I will create. There is a one exercise also how to create secondary index. One steps are given, but I will show you and I'll type it the steps to you. First, step one. Okay, navigation. Like so, navigation to check the indexes of any table. First, okay, because this is the navigation means a kind of menu path. First of all, you have to open the table, open the database table in display mode or change mode, not a problem. You can open it. Then again, you have to go to utilities menu, database object, next database utility. Under database utility, what happens? You have find okay indexes button at application toolbar. Okay, yes. Click on yes. Click on indexes button. Yes. So observe or notice uh, all the indexes created for the table, right? This is one of the way. I will show you SAP. Yes. This is what G table. and as well as built-in table also. Because this is very less time, every time to getting disconnecting. Go back to okay, two scenarios. Yes, yes, 11. So if you go to the table VBAK, yes, utilities, database object, database utility, go to the indexes. Here primary index created by SAP AUD ERD KUN. This AUD beginning letter is A, E, K. All are created by SAP only. That is, SAP only created the secondary indexes by date, secondary indexes by order date, etc. etc. SAP itself created primary index. SAP itself created secondary index based on their observation. So total 1 plus 3, total 4 indexes are there. If you go back, if you want to check the database object. Check the database object. You can also see at the database level. Yes, this is your database object VBAK. If you scroll down, this is the table, and at the bottom you will find the indexes means constraints with DDIs. Unique index with there is a tilde. Table name tilde. Okay, this is the symbol 0. Primary index is MINDT web length is 2, and this is your AUD. MINDT and AUD concept. Key field is a client and AUD. Only one key field through. Okay. One AUDAT is nothing but date. That is a kind of non-key field. AUD is there. So, but we have seen certain things are not activated. So, this is one of the way you can check the object, database object or runtime object also. It will display the indexes. Okay, if you go to the display runtime object also, upon activation, runtime object gets generated. You can check it out. Yes. Right. Next. This is the menu path to search for. Yes. This is your table name, timestamp, improvement screen, timestamp, ABAP time. Yes. Entire complete in detail depth details are available here. Okay. Yes. Additional information you will find on the table. Right. Then next, we want to create a. Yes. There is a that is one of the way. Another way is you click on open the table, click on indexes. Click on indexes button. Right. Next. So menu path to view slash create indexes. Yes, that process I can take you to that. If you want to create index, what happens? You can go to the open any database table in display mode. Okay, wait. Let